Chapter 3.333 Jaxophone by Sky. The glow from Angel's spear filled the room. "Do not invite cruelty into our halls," she said. "We must recognise that this is exactly what the time virus wants." Migal grunted. "The time virus needs to be murdered too," he said. "Eradicated, not murdered," said a young woman as she entered the room. She'd been running and her dark face was flushed. Angel smiled at her and then looked at Migal. "My dearest Migal," she said, "trust me. We will get rid of the time virus. First things first, though. We have to help Sky to be put back together again." Six flew over and sat on Angel's knee. "Does that mean I won't exist?" she asked. "You'll always exist," said Angel, "as long as there are suns and moons in the universe." Six beamed. "Good," she said. The young woman standing next to Angel smiled at Six. "Fabulous wings," she whispered. Six was in love. "Sky, Ben, Six and Frank," said Angel. "This is Jaxophone Matrix, my chief assistant." Jaxophone was about 19. She was stunning in every way. Her hair was black and blue and twisted into 4 long plaits. She wore a deep purple gown and had the darkest, most beautiful skin. "Call me Jax," she said. "Pleased to meet you." "Does your name have a double X?" asked Six. "No," said Jax. "Does yours?" "Of course," said Six, holding her head high. "You're very lucky," said Jax. "My second X is in my surname, Matrix. So we can be friends because we have 2 of the letter X in our name." Six beamed. "I'm Six Walker," she said. "Pleased to meet you." "Same," said Jax. Turning to me, Jax whispered, "I know how you feel, and it's not good." "Were you attacked by the time virus too?" I asked. "Badly," said Jax. "It infected my life for many years, and that of my family. It tried to create a full-blown time plague." "But we stopped it," said Blizzard, looking fierce. "Not before it got into my mind," said Jax, looking sad. "It deleted every one of my best memories." "No way," said Ben. "We got them all back," said Angel. "We did," said Jax with a frown. "Jax is helping us figure out how to destroy the time virus," said Blizzard. Jax looked excited. "We are going to ruin it," she said. "We're working on it in our classes with Blizzard." "You study how to ruin the time virus?" asked Frank. Jax nodded. "Whoa," said Ben. "At school? In class?" "We study lots of things," said Blizzard. "Since we've learned that evil is intent on corrupting time, we've turned our attention to that, especially in our schools of science and magic." "We also study how to increase peace and respect," said Angel. I smiled, loving Angel. She was so kind, and you could tell it was real kindness, not the fake nice of Isla and her pet suck-up teachers. "Better than Lowood," said Frank. "Isla's always trying to teach us how to make sense of rubbishy old facts, things we don't need to know about at all." Ben's eyes widened. "We all had to take a course on how to be a decent human being, run by Isla and Filthy, 2 of the most indecent humans anyone has ever met. How wrong is that?" Frank looked angry. "What about Isla?" he asked. "Is she even human?" Angel shrugged. "We know that Isla works for evil," she said, "and that's definitely affected her humanity." Migal stopped reading his book. "She's the daughter of a Desghoul, if you ask me," he snarled. "I'd like to cut off her mutant head." Chapter 3.3333 Migal's Opinion by Sky. "Again?" "Let's not do as evil does," said Angel. Migal scowled and revved up his wheelchair. As he did, its wings flared out and knocked over an empty suit of armour. As it clattered to the floor, Angel said, "Not inside, please." With a grunt, Migal shut down his wheelchair's engine, retracted its wings, and pushed himself towards the door. His strange old wheelchair squeaked as it moved. "Evil needs to be met with force," he said gruffly. Angel held his gaze. "In your opinion," she said. "In my opinion," he replied. Angel stared at Migal. "Whose opinion is it?" she asked. "Mine," said Migal with an angry look. He began to push himself out of the room. Looking back over his shoulder, he asked, "You coming? The council wants to talk to us, and him." Migal gestured towards Blizzard. Angel frowned. "Not yet," she said. "You go ahead. We won't be long." When Blizzard thought Migal was out of earshot, he laughed. "Migal has many opinions." "I heard that," called Migal from the hallway. "Well, you do," shouted Blizzard. "Enough shouting," said Angel. "Migal needs to remember that his opinions can give evil a foothold." "Actually, we all need to remember that." Angel looked at each one of us. "What's a foothold?" asked Six. "An opportunity," said Angel. "A way in." Six nodded. "Don't use words lightly at Marescimar," said Angel. "They're powerful at the best of times, but here they are overflowing with power, so please don't misuse them." Blizzard smiled at Angel. "Well spoken," he said. "I'm sorry if I seem harsh towards Migal," said Angel. "He's been through many dreadful things, but we mustn't help evil, not ever, even if it's just in the way we say things or how much anger we hold on to. If you study here, you'll learn all about it." Frank and Ben looked surprised. "Study here?" asked Frank. "Are we allowed to?" asked Ben. "There's a very good chance," said Blizzard. "You have to be invited," said Angel, "and not everyone is." Frank and Ben looked disappointed. "But if you do study here," said Blizzard, "you'll learn way more than you do at Lowood." Ben and Frank smiled. I could see both of their minds racing along new corridors of thought, dreaming about studying at a university with angels who are tens of thousands of years old, people like Jax and Migal, and little children who know all about healing. "Please excuse Angel and myself," said Blizzard. "There are reports of more abnormalities in the time game. The Marescimar Council is worried. They've called a special meeting." Angel added, "Darling and Minnow should be back soon with some food. I'm not sure what's taking so long." We all nodded. "Jax, will you please look after our guests?" asked Angel. "Perhaps you could show them your enchanted chairs." Jax smiled at Angel. "Of course," she said. Ben and Frank looked at one another. Enchanted chairs. It was too good.